It's that Candy Fresh, got the new now next. If you a dope artist in the city, come on and get your shine on. Get your shine on. Candy Fresh gon' show up, get your shine on. It's that Candy Fresh, got the new now next. If you a dope artist in the city, come on and get your shine on. Get your shine on. Candy Fresh gon' show up, get your shine on. Candy Fresh, Candy Fresh, Candy Fresh, get your shine on, get your shine on. Candy Fresh, Candy Fresh, Candy Fresh, get your shine on, get your shine on. I love our DJ. Welcome back to another episode of Candy Fresh. My name is Sanni. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah. Make sure you follow me all over social media at Cutie Booty Radio. Make sure you follow our show as well as other Crown Lens Media Group projects at Crown Lens Media Group. And you can visit our website and keep up with all of our newer projects at crownlensmediagroup.com. So we about 4 weeks. I got it right this time, y'all. 4 weeks into the school year, and just realized we didn't celebrate all the kids going back to school. So tonight, that's what we're doing. We have hashtag Learning is Lit, and so we got a couple of guests in here who are living out that hashtag. One of them includes Teens Networking Together. That's TNT. Give them some love. Y'all give them some love. We also have youth packs in the building. They'll be coming and telling us what they got planned for the season, for the community, for the kids. And then luckily for us, we have JustWulf, who's going to be giving us a performance this evening. And I'm told it might be a little surprise, but we have to wait and see. Before we get into all that fun, sweet, fresh goodness, I want y'all to show some love to our in-house DJ, DJ Mickey Breeze.
DJ Mickey Breeze.
Making me dance, but I got a host. I can't be dancing. And also give it up for yourselves, Candy Fresh audience. You could have been anywhere else in the Twin Cities, but you're here with us. So sit back, relax. You are now watching the Sweetest Show in the Twin Cities. This is Candy Fresh. All right, so we're going to get this episode about learning is lit. We're going to get that started. So we have teens networking together right here. Y'all go ahead and show them some more love. Welcome to the show. Thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you very much for having us.
I'm pretty sure you could be anywhere else networking with teens, but here y'all with us. I ain't been a teen in a while.
Exactly. So you should ask where the other teens are at. They're somewhere at a football game, and they left us hanging. So this is the true blue crowd right here.
All right,
They're
all
here
right.
for us.
All right. Well, y'all tell us what teens networking together is and how y'all got into this.
How I got into it was she, on social media, she messaged me and was like, hey, you want to come to an event with me? And I was like, yeah, what is it? She's like, TNT. And she told me what it was about. It's like a group of kids who go out into the community and help out.
How do they help out? What do they do?
We do like activities like barbershops. We did free barbershops for a day.
Y'all was cutting people hair?
Yeah.
So what we did is we went into the community, and we got 5 different barbershops to participate in our going back to school free haircuts for kids. So actually we went a step further, and any homeless community member was able to come in, and then any kid from 5 years old to 12th grade was able to come in, and we ended up cutting up 235 kids' heads that day.
Wow, give it up for that. I only say that because, listen, I got a cousin and his mama, in the 90s, I don't know what the barber situation looked like, but my cousin got a bowl cut, and that was very devastating for him. So I know we laughing at it, but to have to go outside with,
I was going
to say,
I grew up in the 90s, and nobody gets to see my pictures.
Oh,
because,
come on.
we didn't get, sometimes you can't get that barbershop. Like,
right.
That was one of the reasons why we did it, because even when I was growing up, the picture day, we got our haircuts like maybe a couple days after picture day.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? When the pictures came out, my mom didn't even want to pay for them.
Right, now we ain't doing that one,
We
baby.
ain't doing
We'll
that
catch
one,
on the
so-
next round of spring pictures.
Exactly.
We'll catch.
So, you know, for us, it was something that was impactful. We did it twice already. So we did it last year for Christmas, and we only had one barbershop, which was VIP cuts on the east side. We did it again a week before Easter of this year, and it was still VIP cuts. And then the kids wanted to make a bigger impact.
Yeah.
So we reached out to the different barbers. The Moeller Barber School, VIP cuts, West Side Hair Care, Quality Cuts, and then All Nations Barbershop.
I'm glad you said that. My sister owns a barbershop, and she would love to get a part of this. So we're going to have to exchange numbers afterwards.
Yes, we'll do that.
She would love to do this.
We'll do that
That's a
because
beautiful
for
thing.
Christmas this year, we're trying to get at least 10 barbershops for the Christmas season for this year.
The way I'm looking at social media, I know there are a lot of barbershops that would be down for something like that.
Yes,
Are y'all doing anything for the ladies, or y'all out here only helping the brothers?
No, the ladies get it too. What do you mean?
A haircut, or do they get weaved up? Do they get the crochets?
Well, no, we don't.
Okay,
it's
that's next year?
That's maybe next year.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
extras, you know what I mean? We're just trying to make sure that everybody looks
I
beautiful
hear you.
before they
I
go
hear
back
you.
to school.
I hear you. And ain't nobody knocking you for that, because I don't know if nobody know this is difficult. Doing a haircut is a lot easier than getting your crochets done. So what else are you guys doing in the community?
So just a couple of months ago, we did. It's called Pantry in the Park. So the kids, they deal with a lot of homelessness in our community, and we even had a couple homeless teens in our group. So to make an impact where we're from, we put a big pantry box in the park for daily necessities, toiletries, anything that any homeless community member can use on a daily basis. So we ended up we hired someone to build this big, nice box, put TNT on there, and then we go and we fill the box up at least every other week. The box doesn't stay filled longer than 2 days. So, I mean, the homeless community members that we do have in our community, they are actually utilizing everything that we do put in there. And, I mean, the kids can see that, we made a mark in our community. They did something to give back. And it's not even just it's not a one-time thing that they're giving back. It's something that's going to last for a long time, so.
And it's teaching them about the importance of coming together in the community.
Exactly.
Yeah. So with everything that's going on, I got to ask you a question. Even though you're teens, I want y'all to be aware, with everything that's going on politically, locally, nationally, is there anything that you guys are doing? Or I'll ask this. Do you see things that are happening politically, locally, and nationally affecting teens? And are you doing anything about that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We have most of our kids in our group are of Latino descent. And with the political stuff that's going on nowadays, especially based around those issues and immigration, and our kids right now are coming up with a presentation that they're going to be giving to schools to show how much, not even just Latinos, but how other races are really important to have in our society. And that's right now they're gearing up to actually do that and tackle about 10 to 15 schools throughout the school year to raise awareness.
What are their challenges while they're preparing this presentation?
They all come from different worlds. You know what I mean? So we have kids, we have kids that are privileged, and we have kids that actually are going through the struggle. And, when we get them all together, it's just one big happy family, but they're from different places, so they actually have to sit down at a table, talk about where they came from, why is it impactful, because if you've never went through the struggle,
You don't know how to heal that issue.
exactly.
Right,
So,
right.
a lot of our kids who, we have a bunch of bright young ladies. Like most of our group is built of a bunch of bright young ladies.
Give it up for the ladies right quick, one time.
It's definitely girl power in our group.
That's what I'm
and
talking about.
even I have to step out for a second because
Like, I don't get what y'all talking about. Holla at me when
right.
you're done with
If
that.
I don't watch it, I gotta run out. I gotta leave.
Right.
So they've come together and they do all the planning. Our group is 100% youth led. So
Nice.
they sit down and plan everything from A to Z. So when we have our projects coming up as far as dealing with the issues that are going on in the news, in your community, in your schools, right now they tackle that and professionally put it down on paper and come up with a game plan.
And that's a
to
great
change
thing
it.
to teach them when they're young, because then when they
Yes.
really get their feet on the floor, when you guys are adults, you already got that training.
Exactly.
So you guys got any events going on? Do you have events?
So October 21st, we're doing a charity basketball game at Humboldt High School.
Okay.
Last year we did Unity in the Community for the things that were going on in the news with the
Right.
Philando Castillo thing. Right now we have a really close relationship with our St. Paul Police Department.
Okay.
Me and Chief Axtell, really good friends, and we wanted to do something to change the attitude, to change the atmosphere. So now this is our second time doing the charity basketball game, Unity in a Community, and we have a bunch of great people coming together to play in that game.
Okay. So what do they win? Like what's the outcome?
Well, last year, they got medals. We got a big old trophy. We had a DJ. We had concessions. So I mean, it was just great company, and I mean, you really don't win too much, but it's a great bonding time.
That's bonding, right?
That's the win was we all got to come together,
right,
and change our entire community. Like our community is not like any other community. The West Side is the best side.
Okay, well, all right now.
That's the truth. So when we come together, we try and make a huge impact. And, like you said, when these guys become adults, they're going to be doing the same thing because I actually grew up in this program when I was a kid.
Right. Okay.
And I was able to bring it back. So
we know it works.
We know it works. I'm your outcome.
Bam,
so,
right
you know
there.
what I mean? These kids are going to be doing so many amazing things in the community. You have to watch out for it. I mean, they'll be on the news. They'll be in the paper. They make sure they show up and show out.
Okay. So for people who want to support you in your efforts, or young people who are watching this and they want to be down, how do they contact you?
www.tntstp.com.
Boom.
Or you can go on our Facebook page, which is Teens Networking Together West Side. Okay. And then you'll see you can catch up with all of our events. You can come and support, show up. And I mean, it's definitely a fun time, and you can actually get your kids involved.
Nice.
We're actually housed out of the YMCA in West St. Paul.
Okay.
And any youth that joins TNT actually gets a free YMCA membership.
I was going to say, do they have to join the Y first?
No,
or
they actually get the free membership when they join TNT.
Wow. Okay.
So,
and I know about that membership. I worked at the Y for 10 years.
Yes. So, we're trying to cut down the financial burden, and then plus we're trying to get our kids involved in everything.
That's gorgeous what you're doing, man.
I appreciate it.
That's beautiful. Anything else you want to leave the audience with? Any impressions you want to leave them with?
Give back to your community. Actually, we all have a social responsibility to make sure that our communities are thrive. You know what I mean? If we thrive together, we're gonna survive together.
I hear that.
So and then with our youth, empower today's youth for a better tomorrow.
I know that.
That's our tagline.
I hear you. I love that.
Yeah,
Y'all give it up for TNT. Y'all give it up. Give it up. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you very much for having us.
Stay tuned. We got more coming up on our Learning is Lit Back to School episode. This is Candy Fresh.
All right.
Wow. Well, that was nice.
How does it feel?
Pardon the interruption, everybody. Pardon the interruption. My name is Essence Jones. I am a co-producer for Crownlands Media Group, as well as the floor director of the wonderful Candy Fresh. And thank you. And normally I am behind the camera, so this is very awkward for me. However, for those of you that may not know, this is Sanni Brown's last show with us. Yeah, she's moved on to bigger and better things, or she's moving on, I should say. But you know what? There's always hope that she's gonna come back. There's always hope.
I do a guest show. I ain't above that. I'll come back. I know where I came from.
So what we wanted to do something a little bit different. We wanted to not only wish her well, but we kind of want to do like a test the host type game show. And I wish I would have, had my little Family Feud board, but we're just gonna go ahead and do a round robin questionnaire with Miss Sanni Brown. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so since this is the back to school episode, right? And we're 4 weeks into school.
Yes, not months.
Yeah, not months, 4 weeks. Tell me, what is the fondest memory you had in high school?
Oh, in high school? I thought you was going to say Candy Fresh. Okay.
Well, we getting there.
Okay, slow down, Sonny. All right. Fondest memory in high school. Okay. So we had our cheerleading squad was a little struggly, just a little bit. Don't talk about me. If you was on the cheerleading squad in 97, we was struggling that year. So I remember I was with my friend. We showed up late, and we had a team of about 8 girls. But for some reason, nobody wanted to cheer that night. And it was a really important game. I think it might have been against Central. This is when Arlington High School was still open.
Yeah, Arlington. Woo, Central.
And, yes, and I remember we came in late, and all the other cheerleaders were like, "Nobody's out here," and they were sitting there with their attitudes and their legs all crossed, like, "Well, ain't nobody out here, so I ain't finna be going out there and cheering neither." So I'm gonna say their names: me, Carisha, Mabel and Octavia. It was only 4 of us, and we was like, come on,
Y'all sound like the other. Y'all sound like Destiny's Children.
Listen.
Not child. Children.
This story right here lets you know about Arlington's cheerleading squad and the passion that we had for cheering for our dudes, for our team. And I think it was against Highland, packed, really, really busy game. And I remember we did Dynamite. That was the cheer we did. And we said, y'all ready? We ready. And it was quiet. I think it was on a break or something like that. And we said, our team is what? Dynamite. Our team is what? Dynamite. Our team is and then we all jumped at the end. Boom! Dynamite. Crowd lost it. Then the other girls gonna come in. You know who you is watching this episode. And then they want to come in afterwards. But that was real dope to be on the side of that part of my high school St. Paul history, that we was brave enough to go out there and cheer even though everybody else was scared. Mabel, Octavia, Carisha, and me, 4 of us loud.
Y'all did a Bring It On.
We did.
Episode.
We did.
How many Bring It Ons did
moments did we have? We didn't have too many. No, well. See, the rule I remember, I don't know if this still applies, but the rule, maybe this was just the inner city schools, the rule is you can't cheer at somebody else's school. Oh. So we was at our school cheering, but if we went to like a Central game, I remember we went to a Central game and we were sitting in the stands and the girls was like, we were cheering in the stands and they was like, they cheering and this is out, and we for real got in trouble for that. And we were in the stands and we were just pumping up the crowd and they didn't like that.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Central.
Y'all was
97.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It does sound a little bit like Central. I got cousins that had went to Central.
There's a lot of aggression going on that side of town.
So, next question is,
yes,
who was your favorite teacher? Doesn't matter which grade. Who was your favorite? Who made the biggest impact on you as
teacher.
A student?
Lord have mercy. My favorite is not one.
Okay, I'll give you top 3. Let's do top 3.
Top 3. Definitely Mr. Yates. That was my high school teacher. I couldn't stand history. And he was like, break it down like this, Sonny. And he broke it down to me for like that. Then there's Miss Broad. That was my 2nd grade teacher. She sang to us all the time. She put that love of music in my heart. And my 3rd favorite teacher has to be Dr. Morgan in college. He's the one who told me, I remember asking him, I told him, this is what I told him. I said, I want to be a Vikings cheerleader. And he was like, a psych major want to be a Vikings. You know, Sonny, do your thing. And I was like, does that not sound good? He said, Sonny, your life is your canvas and you have the brush. So that's why he was dope. Yeah.
That's so nice. And look at you.
I know.
It's like,
I'm still painting. It's a little messy on the upper right
stop.
corner of that. We're gonna clean him up. You know, you got to stand back a little bit and look. Yeah.
So, besides cheerleading, what else did you do in high school as far as extracurriculars that you loved?
That I loved?
That you loved.
I sang in
Not
choir.
the thing that your mama put you in because she wanted you to be involved in something.
No, it was choir.
Or the one that you went to because your friends was in it.
Right,
but, you know, the one that you're just like, you know what, this is me. This is me all day. I could do this all day.
It was Arlington's Gospel Choir. I've always been, I'm getting better now. I've always been a little scared to sing. And Miss V, she made me come out of my shell. She was like, you can sing. Why aren't you singing? And I remember she has a hoarse voice kind of, so she'd be like, sing! Whenever she would. Yeah. I love you, Miss V. But she did. A lot of the adults who stood out to me in my life, college, high school, elementary, they always was pulling me out my shell. I am more reserved than I lead on. I'm more to myself than I lead on. But I have found in my life when I come out of my shell, I'm successful. So every now and again, I lean back into that over here. But every now and again, I meet a Bianca or Essence or somebody like, why you just can't be great? Just what is holding you up? So, yeah.
And look, oh my gosh, I can't
Y'all
with you.
done gave me the look before.
All right, so well, thank you, Miss Sonny. That was round 1.
Round 1.
Okay,
how many rounds of this we got? We doing boxing?
Don't worry about it. This
Okay.
is a surprise. This
Okay.
is a surprise.
Okay.
So
is it chocolate in a surprise?
maybe we'll see. We'll see what's going on.
Okay, boom. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna have another guest come up, but you guys stay tuned. Stay tuned to the hottest show, the Sweetest Show in the Twin Cities. This is Candy Fresh.
our next guest who, you know what? I didn't even get your name. I just know the group that you're representing. So she is here on behalf of Youth PACs. Let's give it up for
Rhea Ocean.
All right, give it up for Rhea.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like for people to say their own name so I don't mess it up. So
It's a long one.
is that your whole name, or you got like a stupid dumb long name like me?
No, I just have a middle name that's
Okay.
family
okay.
name.
I got 8 names in my name.
Ooh.
Yeah, one day I tell y'all, not today. All right, so you are here on behalf of Youth PACs.
Yes, Youth PAC project that I work for the Keystone Community Center at the West 7th Community Center location. Okay. Mouthful. And we applied for a grant, a youth-led grant to help homeless youth in St. Paul. And we applied through the Youth Council, and we're funded through Youth Prize for this project, Youth PACs. We got a very large grant to do basically fill backpacks up with hygiene supplies for homeless youth in St. Paul. And it's youth-led, so some of my students, it was their idea, and then I kind of helped them run with it. So
Wow. Are some of the students that you work with, are they homeless, or do they know someone that's homeless?
we have a very diverse student population at the West 7th Community Center. We have lots of students that come from lots of different schools. Some of them are low income or very low income, so it's a wide range. But the person, Shabria, was the student who had the idea. She wanted to do a food shelf for youth. And Keystone Community Center already has some food shelves, but we thought, what can we do that we can hand out and that we can help within the classroom that we have? Right. So it came to be the backpack, Youth PAC project.
So this project came up is the idea of a youth, and then a bunch of other funding, or people, they're funding this idea, and it was led by a youth.
Yes, me and Shabria and then another couple students, we applied for the grant. So we did a whole budget sheet of what we wanted to include and how much it would cost, and then we submitted. It was like we asked for $8,000, which is a huge amount, and the Youth Prize, over a course of a couple days, they went through all of the applications, and they really wanted to fund ours, and they went back into their budget to find the money to fund us.
Y'all give it up for that. That's good news, man.
Yeah, woo!
We hear a lot of negative news, and to hear that you guys are making moves like that, and that people are listening, that they're tuned into them.
Yeah,
That's
we're
really
so lucky. And
so what do you guys, you say hygiene prop, like are there like non-negotiables in here where they have to be in the bag? What are they? What does it include?
So we can just show you here.
Need some suspense music.
We have a huge first aid kit. Not all of them have this big of a one. So that's for sure. A hairbrush, even though we don't know necessarily.
No, that's a standard hairbrush.
What kind of where we got toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant.
I was gonna say, how do you decide if it's girls or guys?
Yeah, that was really hard. We kind of did half and half, and I was looking for like pH balance, right. And I was like, I don't know. My students are like, I don't know what that is. We have water. Yep, we have just a bag full of snacks or a couple bags. Some baby wipes, just anything that we can think of. Oh yeah, we got some socks in here. So we're gonna do a round, basically probably 100 of these, and then we're gonna add some warm hats and gloves, and then do another round, hopefully another 100, late November, early December.
You do like a September, November, like how do you do it?
This summer we went to a store and we had like 4 carts. So we had like 5 16s and me and like 4 carts. We just filled it to the top. And it was awesome because lots of people in the store are like, what is going on? Right. And then the cashier was just like, I've never had an order this big. Right. And we packed everything up and we brought it to the community center. And then we started with like 30 backpacks, just kind of see how it would go.
How the community respond.
Yep.
Right.
So now I have like a list of places that, that could hand out these backpacks directly to homeless youth. They're already working with homeless youth in St. Paul. Yeah. So we don't have to, reinvent the wheel or try to find extra people. So we have a list of people that we're going to call and just drop off backpacks.
I was going to
with.
say, what for kids who are watching, what is the best way to get hooked up with you guys so they can have something like this?
Yeah, if youth are watching and you want a backpack, you're homeless right now, even if it's temporary, you can come to the West 7th Community Center and ask for me, Rhea. I'm there Monday through Friday from about 12 to 6 every day, and I can get you one directly. I'm also going to have different organizations within St. Paul. We're gonna have youth with me drop off a bunch of backpacks to different places.
You guys are going around town to different organizations dropping these bags off too. And there's how many rounds of this a year?
We have 2 rounds. We kind of did a tiny round, like a trial round, but so we're gonna have 2 rounds. One probably early, mid-October, and then another one early December.
Okay, so I have a million questions for you, and they're all trying to come out at one time. So so maybe I should ask this. When do you have, other than these rounds, do you have events that you hold so that you can raise awareness, or are you guys trying to maintain, be low key because you know who you're working with and you don't want to put anybody on blast and make anybody feel uncomfortable? Do you have events?
It's a little bit of both because of the West 7th Community Center through the Keystone Community Services, we hold all kinds of events. We have book fairs that are open to the public. We have a spaghetti dinner coming up. These are different fundraisers specifically to the youth packs. It's all through my classroom because we have 4 different classrooms. We do K through 12th grade after school programming. So it's a Monday through Friday program, and within that program, specific youth have had interest in this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is an after-school program, and then in there, you guys aren't just doing homework. You're actually on the pavement, helping people outside in the community.
Yes, lots of volunteer service hours. I have a background in arts, so we also paint. We do murals. We do all different kinds. We have STEM classes during this program. So. And we also have a lot of discussions. Like, I really want the students to feel like they have a safe place. We all know kind of what's going on politically, and our teens don't always feel like they're welcome places, and to have them talk about different schools or different teachers. And I just, so part of this is just them also feeling grateful for what they have, and also ability to give back to the community,
especially in this time.
Yeah.
So what event do you have coming up? I want to stress this event because the funding that you're getting from these events is going to these young people, and I feel like if people are knowing, they can come to these events, learn about the community, learn about your organization, and feel good that they're donating their monies to something that's worthwhile. So what's your next event?
Absolutely. Our next event is the spaghetti dinner. And so you can go on Facebook, the Keystone Community Center. They have the events posted there. And so we're at the West 7th Community Center. That's where the spaghetti dinner will be. I believe that's next month, or October. We're almost in October.
I was going to say in a couple of days.
Yeah.
No. So that's next month. Do you guys have a website at all?
It is the Keystone Community Center website.
Gotcha.
Yep. That's the organization that that I work for. And so this is a very specific project that we got the youth-led grant for. Okay. So it's really cool. We just do so many things, and it
sounds like you guys do a lot. This ain't no regular after-school program.
No, it's not. It's like superstars.
Right, yeah, seriously. And then I love the component of the kids actually boots to the ground, and they're out there giving to the community, because sometimes even as an adult, I'm like, what could I do better? And they're learning this at a young age. So we had, when we do volunteer work, I started this showing them like a page full of emojis, how they feel. So I asked them, how did you feel while you were, buying all these supplies for these backpacks? And I was just so surprised how, one said just satisfied, pointed at the satisfied emoji. That's huge.
And the happy emoji.
Yeah.
And they may not have just told me that straight out.
Right.
And I just love that.
I think it's brilliant. I can tell you work with kids. That was really brilliant that you used emojis.
Thank you.
That was brilliant. I can tell you work with youth.
I'm like, how can I get them?
Yeah, no, I'm stealing it. So is there any last words you might want to leave? I'm speaking to this youth that might be watching who feels like they want to get connected with you. Is there anything you want to leave with them?
Yeah, definitely come talk to me at the West 7th Community Center, or yeah, I think that's the best way to get in touch with me. And really, you know, teens they don't always get the best name, but the students that I work with are some of the best people that I've met. And they work really hard, and they have struggles just like everybody else.
So for the teens who want to help, on the other side of that,
Yeah.
that's the same thing they can do is just make sure
come down. You can, basically, it's just a really quick form that a parent would sign just to be in the after-school program, and then you're in.
All right.
You can come. We have snacks.
Young people, they got snacks. Okay,
Lots.
I know. I remember that at least about youth. The snacks was important. So
Very important.
We really appreciate you coming out, and we really appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you so much.
All right,
It's a
y'all stay
pleasure.
tuned. More coming up next. It's Candy Fresh.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Don't adjust your TV. You are watching Candy Fresh. The host just got put on the spot today.
They did. They didn't tell me this.
So
in the
for
show
those of you who are tuning in again, Miss Sanni Brown, it's her last show today. So we figured we just put her on the spot with some questions. We had talked about school.
Yes, ma'am.
And now what we want to talk about is your time with Candy Fresh and with Crown Lens Media Group.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. What is your first memory of hosting Candy Fresh?
The first time we started, I totally messed up my lines. I said something like, "We're happy for you to be here," or something like that. I still watch it, and I'm like,
I don't remember that.
I know it's a. You know, y'all know how it is when you go in to do a presentation or something. You're like, oh, man, I totally botched that up. But nobody notices it. So Miss Britt was all, shout out to Miss Britt. Hers is all smooth and effervescent. And I'm over there like, happy to be here.
Y'all
really
had
nice.
Y'all had a chemistry unlike no other between you and Miss Britt. You guys did an awesome job together.
Thank you.
So next question. What was your favorite Candy Fresh episode?
My favorite episode? Dang.
Thank you, Breeze.
Breeze always knows, like, speed this up. You only got 30 seconds.
Okay, top two. I'll give you top two.
Top two? That's even worse.
Oh, come on now.
Ooh, my favorite episode of Candy Fresh was the foodie episode.
I have to agree
Yes,
with you.
the foodie episode
Yeah.
with the not pimento cheese.
And
Hog. Handsome Hog.
Handsome Hog.
Handsome
Yep.
Hog.
Yep.
Yes. He was like, "You haven't had this?" I was like, "No, my mama been withholding the pimento cheese for me."
and
She
that
talking about, "No,
salad.
you supposed to eat saltines with that. This Ritz crackers, that's for rich folks." That's what my mama said. I told her, Mama,
It was that salad got me. That cranberry
I
pecan
do remember
salad,
that salad, yeah.
That
yeah.
Lachelle Cunningham from Breaking Bread. Shout out to
Yeah.
Breaking Bread.
I
Lachelle.
love Breaking Bread because she
Yes.
got that is vegan chorizo. Y'all need to try that for real.
Yeah, the foodie episode was probably one of my
That
favorites
was
to floor direct because while y'all was up here on stage, I got to do a little taste testing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember. No, then there was the other one. I got to say the one we were at Element Boxing. That was my other favorite one, to see them young men stomp. Anytime I see people stepping, I lose it. I definitely have a secret passion for stepping.
Yes.
And them young men almost broke that man's boxing ring, but it was beautiful. It was for a good cause.
Yes, it was. It was. So, my next question is,
Oh Lord.
maybe last question. We'll see how this whole thing goes.
Okay.
What is next for Sanni Brown?
It's always a hard
If
question.
you can tell.
isn't it?
If you can tell
Okay,
us.
so I luckily for me, I actually have been in the broadcasting industry with my feet to the pavement. I say that anybody who's out here really kicking it, like this guy over here, hustle hard. And I've just been hearing no, maybe, no. And I've been trying to get into radio and into TV. And I will say that my dream finally came true this week. I want to wait until they sign me in, lock me in, so that they can't get rid of me before I say anything. But I actually got 2 opportunities this week. I can talk about one of them. I am going to be an official voiceover narrator person for children's shows that are going to be coming up. So, I'm kind of excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah, that one kind of came from left field. I seen the opening, was like, I'm I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I'm gonna do this until my little other radio dream come through. And they called back, and he called back. In fact, I think it was yesterday, and they were like, "Yep, we like you," but they want. Okay. So can I tell you about the audition? Yeah. So the audition, they have you read. You have to read these paragraphs within a certain amount of time, and they had me read. What was that movie with The Rock? I think it was like, what was it, San Andreas? Yeah, yep. So I did that one. They have like intense ones. They have documentaries. They have children's programs,
see all your
comedy,
emotions.
so they can see my range.
Right.
And I was really trying to. I really be thinking I'm funny sometimes, and I'm really not that funny. When I be dead serious, that's when people are laughing at me. But when I try, bam, that's the response right there. And so they liked me for the children's programming. I've been working with kids for a long time. That's probably why. So
That's awesome.
but it's cool. I like it because it's for hard of hearing kids. So, and it's real hush hush. Once I get in there, I can't say anything about the projects that I work with. So I feel like 007.
Now don't leave one other thing out, because there's something else that you do that you ain't talking about.
There's a lot of stuff.
Okay. So I'm gonna be more specific. It involves your singing voice. Man.
Oh, yes. I have been fortunate enough to be a part of a band called Lady Lark. We are actually performing tonight on the state fairgrounds. And I have to run after this one and go directly to the show. My sister and I, we have a music group called Masani Soul. And they saw us performing with someone else, and they was like, "We like y'all style." And so they pulled us up in July, and we've traveled to California to sing for Pandora, and everybody's kind of tripping how this like synergy just kind of came together, and we're headlining. This is our first headline show this evening. So
That is super dope. Now let me ask you this.
Okay.
Cause you my sister friend. You my sister friend. And
Always.
I done heard you rap, and I done heard you sing.
Yes, ma'am.
Which one do you want to do tonight? Real quick, just real freestyle, just real quick. You want to sing or you want to rap? Which one? Because you kind of like a quadruple.
I'm glad she didn't ask me to dance. I was gonna bring out the.
Oh, well, yeah, you could do that too. You
We ain't
dance
gonna
too.
do none of that. No, we're gonna leave it. I'm actually
You
working
do the
on
rerun.
that.
Okay.
Not in these heels.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No. Do I want to sing or rap? I'll sing. I gotta think when I be flowing.
Oh,
I'll make up something. Yeah, Breeze, put something on
for you. Okay.
Can you assist me?
Oh, what am I supposed to? Hey, oh, hey.
What? Catch the beat. Okay.
Take that.
Candy fresh, I'ma miss y'all so much. Candy fresh, I need a word that rhymes with butch. Candy fresh, you taught me a lot of things. Candy fresh, y'all my number one thing, yeah.
hey, give it up for her. Give it up. I done told y'all, she's a beast, man.
I'm playing.
So you guys all look out for Miss Sanni Brown. You guys, she's gonna be a household name. That I already, if you're not already. But we just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, from the Crown Lens Media Group family, we are going to miss you so very much.
All right, Essence, I got eye makeup on.
And we love you, and we thank you for being a part of this, not only this wonderful show, but just everything. Because you're a part of the Crown Lens Media Group family. You always will be. So this ain't the last time we gonna see each other.
It's not.
I'm gonna be floor directing you quite often.
We gonna be switching this when I get my radio show too. I'm gonna expect some Crown Lens to come in. I just move everybody out the way and be like, we got to go to Sanni's show, please.
But we love you, and we wish you all the best. And you take care.
I will. Don't do it.
Okay,
I got eye makeup on. I can't go to the next gig with one lash, man.
If y'all want to stay after the show, we may cry a little bit, maybe sing "That's What Friends Are For," hold hands. You know, we might
light a candles or two.
We can do that too.
Okay.
So
okay.
Good luck, my friend. All right, y'all. Y'all stay tuned. We've got a great performance coming up by JustWulf. We're gonna have an interview with him first, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you guys stay tuned. This is Candy Fresh.
dopest audience in the Twin City right now. I really appreciate it. Welcome back to our episode of Candy Fresh. We are on the back to school theme. Learning is lit. And y'all give it up for JustWulf.
JustWulf.
How y'all doing?
So thank you for being here, man. You could have been anywhere else.
Oh, yes, but I am here, and I'm excited to be here.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Everybody here know you. Let's, for the folks that's watching, who is JustWulf? Who is,
Right, so JustWulf, the stage name, is a play on my real name, Justin Wolf. What it means is me just being my true, genuine self, sharing my story, influencing, inspiring people, and doing my thing out here in the Twin Cities.
All right. Well, give it up for that. I have to ask you. I gotta ask. How you holding up with this beard gang thing that's going on? I had to ask. Like the women is going crazy in this day and age for the beards. I've been seeing beards forever, but it seemed like in 2016, 2017, folks is just are they throwing they.
See, I try to stay away from that Facebook group.
Okay.
I was like, nah, I see what's going on, this little movement over here, but I'm good. I got me a little wifey, you know.
Okay, well, all right. So
I'm staying away from that.
I hear you.
But yeah, the beard I think was like a decision I randomly made like 3 years ago. So I just wanted to figure out if I can grow one, and it happened.
You are among men will tell you are among the lucky ones. I know a lot of guys who are like, it just won't come in. It's just not. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about what you do and why'd you go with Wolf? Is that you a wolf like school us?
Boom.
Okay,
just like that.
All right.
Yeah. So my last name's Wolf. Usually at nighttime is when I like transform from like a IT computer science nerd dude into a full-fledged lyricist, MC, all-around beast.
Okay. I like that.
But yeah, I went to college for went to college, got a degree in computer science, and then I'm working at Medtronic.
Okay. Whoa.
So that's my like daytime career.
Gotcha.
That's what makes the money. That's what helps me, stay a part of the economy. And then at night, my vocation comes out, and it's all about performing, connecting with people, letting people hear my message, and inspiring people.
And what is your message?
Yeah. My message is be yourself. Don't let anybody tell you who you are. You have to understand your identity, be proud of your identity, and be the best that you can be.
Quick question. So how you go from the IT dude, which I think our culture kind of has an idea that's like a more quiet person or whatever. What made you say there's more to me than this? Was it something you knew back then that you just was kind of putting off, or something that you discovered after you graduated from college?
Right.
Like when did this,
right.
Yeah. When did that happen?
I would definitely have to attribute it to exploring hip hop music. I think right around 7th grade, I decided that I really wanted people to get to know me more than just the persona that I let people have. I let people digest. It wasn't the real, genuine me. But I was just influenced by a lot of hip-hop music, positive hip-hop music. And I was just like, I'm going to try this rapping thing out. Actually, I think my first rap that I ever wrote was for a 7th grade English paper. Nice. My teacher, for whatever reason, my teacher was like, hey, y'all should be creative and don't write like a intro, body, conclusion, or whatever. Do whatever you want. Do something creative with Shakespeare. And I'm like, I'm going to write a verse then.
Nice.
Yeah,
did you get an A on it?
I did.
And so that was your sign right there. That was the sign that you went and was like, I'm gonna flow on this.
Yeah. So what's super funny is I'm not that old, but 7th grade talent show, I performed that Shakespeare rap that I wrote. Yeah. And I had a cassette tape of me beatboxing. So I didn't know how to make beats. I didn't have a producer, none of that. I was like, my mom got me this cassette player over Christmas. I'm gonna just record this beatboxing and plug it into the aux cord and see what happens.
That's beautiful, man. For the artists in the house, that's a beautiful story. That's beautiful. I have my own story. That's how I got in the radio. I was playing around with the tape. Well, we moved from Chicago, and I had no friends up here, so I got familiar with my Sony tape player, and I was taping my voice. So that's beautiful. That's what's up. You look up, and that's what you be doing for a living.
Yep.
So young kids watching, boom. If you doing something at the house, and you like, I think this is nice. Or the first thing your teacher, you probably won't say it like that, but the first thing your teacher tells you to do something, the first thing that comes to mind, you're like, I'm gonna try that. That might be the way you make money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what you gonna do for us this evening? What part? You gonna give us the IT guy? You gonna give us who coming out?
I'm gonna give you 3 different sides of me. I'm gonna give you the lyricism, then the deep personal stuff, and then the inspirational part of me.
Okay. Well, first, before we do that, how can we reach you or find you? Website, social media,
yeah,
so we can keep up with what you're doing. With
Yeah,
all
so
three of you.
I'm on like every single social media site known to mankind. So if you just put a @ symbol or a /, it's JustWulf, spelled JustWulf.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get out y'all way. Candy Fresh audience, y'all give it up for JustWulf.
Thank you.
JustWulf.
So when I say microphone check, I want y'all to say 1 2 1 2. Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. I said microphone check. All right, y'all got it. Y'all gonna need to remember that for the chorus. Definitely feel free to stand up, have a good time, do your thing. You know, you're behind the camera, so they can't see you, but they can see me. I won't tell nobody. Candy Fresh, appreciate y'all for letting me do my thing.
JustWulf.
It's been a minute, let me catch you up to speed. I never eased off the pedal like a dandelion in the breeze. They be lying if I told you that I took a break. Read a bio textbook, wolves never hibernate. I'm wide awake salivating over my next prey. I stay hungry like Big Black if he fasted for 12 days. I'm an omnivore, I'm always craving beats. But when they get a prime cut, you know I bring the heat like psst. Have it sit and let it marinate, the longer the better. Keep them guessing on how it's gonna taste. And when they ask hello, how much longer do we have to wait? If you're not patient, I might just on your dinner plate. I'd rather use the mic to mark my territory, fella. In the booth, I treat the pop filter like an umbrella. Written acapellas like The Voice. Karaoke night, throwing up the wolf fang fist like we's about to fight. Werewolf, it's a double entendre. When we hit the stage, yes, we see, then we conquer. Say it, microphone check. You can't hide from the music that resides inside of you. Werewolf, it's a double entendre. When we hit the stage, yes, we see, then we conquer. Say it, microphone check. You can't hide from the music, I spit that hot saliva, you might call 100 proof. Not to be confused with moonshine inside a Malamute. When Ethan flips the switch, it swings like an old Atari. Then I let the story unfold, but just an origami. Popping musical wheelies, kinda like Kawasaki. Launching verbal bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So fresh we stay dipped like a box of Pockies. After every show we drop jaws like a Tamagotchi. Keychain reaction, not a fraction. We promise 100% listener satisfaction. The passions with most these artists be lack on. They doing it just for the lights, cameras, and action. Flow greater than the Mississippi. In the land of 10,000, both sides of the Twin Cities. We're back from a transformed hiatus. Now that we're here, Breeze put that record on the playlist. Werewolf, it's a double entendre. When we hit the stage, yes, we see that we conquer. Say it, microphone check. 1 2 1 2 3. You can't hide from the music that resides inside of you. Werewolf, it's a double entendre. When we hit the stage, yes, we see, then we conquer. Say it, microphone check. 1 2 1 2. You can't hide from the music, One more time, microphone check. 1 2 1 2. I said microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. I said microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Hey, appreciate y'all. Thank you.
JustWulf.
About to jump into this next one. How's it sound? Everyone sounds good out there? Yeah? You like what you hear so far? That's what's up.
JustWulf.
So this is the personal side. The deep conceptual, trying to figure out my identity with my given characteristics.
JustWulf.
We try to live life like it's black and white. Isn't it obvious that some people aren't alike? I represent a place they call the middle ground. It's the gray area. It's what I'm trying to figure out. The gray area is what I'm trying to figure out. The gray area is what I'm trying to figure out. I represent a place they call the middle ground. It's the gray area. It's what I'm trying to. My complexion is too complex to comprehend. So don't ask me questions about my skin. Check all that apply, trying to box me in. Next to other, I write the word human. You can't categorize my ethnicity. I identify myself a little differently, and at the same time, I'm trying to figure out what it means to be mixed in a world full of doubt. Nobody knew exactly how to interact with me. When they saw my skin, I would just act naturally. The perceptions that kicked in at rapid speeds, I received greetings of both hello and what's happening. Race holds the power of illusion. One glance at a stranger already draws conclusions. Being judged off of skin color is just pure insanity until they choose to see me for my full humanity. We try to live life like it's black and white. Isn't it obvious that some people aren't alike? I represent a place they call the middle ground. It's the gray area, it's what I'm trying to figure out. The gray area is what I'm trying to figure out. The gray area is what I'm trying to figure out. I represent a place they call the middle ground. It's the gray area, it's what I'm trying to, man. And I'm still in this paradox. Being mixed is more than mixed match. In a pair of socks, it's hard to find an outfit that's color coordinated. When your DNA is scrambled genetically in the matrix, a makeshift persona in a man-made environment will indicate your identity is a requirement. And trying to convince race into an early retirement will make the world colorblind. So I'm writing this to say, acknowledge me for who I am and not the way my pigmentation is displayed. Cause if you're truly curious about my family tree, let's discuss all history over bubble tea. Sankofa, looking back to move forward, like checking your rear view mirror to merge over. To those who have road rage, I'll leave you with these 4 words: I have a dream. But in reality, we try to live life like it's black and white. Isn't it obvious that some people aren't alike? I represent a place they call the middle ground. It's the gray area, it's what I'm trying to figure out. The gray area is what I'm trying to figure out. The gray area is what I'm trying to figure out. They represent a place they call the middle ground. It's the gray area, it's what I'm trying to figure out. Thank you. So y'all gotta get hype for this one, a little more hype. I want you to turn it up a level. So let me have y'all stand up. Do that for me? Yeah. We're gonna vibe out on this one. This one's called Be Yourself. If you want to snap your fingers like, hey. I'm gonna need more of that later. I can relate to what you're going through. You remind me of myself, so I know it's true. You've never felt that anybody was against you, and then they're asking why they unlike you. Let me share just a word of advice. Don't try so hard to fit in if it doesn't feel right. Now that peer pressure is measured in the number of likes, we believe that criticism is the meaning to life. Self-worth should not be defined by your accomplishments or any outside source. It's quite the opposite. As long as you love yourself, there's no reason to change the way you live your life. Like the seasons, believe it or not, that's all that matters. If you fail to succeed, tomorrow's a new chapter. Never let them judge a book by its cover, so write the pages filled with mystery and wonder. Just be yourself, unlike anyone else. Hey, be yourself. Just be yourself. Snap it. Just be yourself, unlike anyone else. That's right. Be yourself. I said just be yourself. Just be yourself. Let me say hand side to side like this. Just. Hey, they with it. Be yourself. I said just be yourself. Just be yourself. Unlike anyone else. Just be yourself. Just be. Think outside of the box, be different. Don't be somebody you're not. What's worse than seeing a whole room full of clones is that they're being controlled like an army of drones. Break away from the status quo. Tick-tock, time's a wasting, don't count on the metronome. March to the beat of your own drum. Let your heart guide you to be who you want to become. Above the influence of where the true leaders stay. Those underneath are stuck and can't find their own way. It's sad to see so many buy into the trends, cause when it's all said and done, who are you at the dead end? Nobody knows you better than you do. So make the choice, don't let anybody choose you. Never let them define who you truly are. Shed that exoskeleton or reach for the stars, come on. Just be yourself. Unlike anyone else. Be yourself. I said just be yourself.
Just be yourself. Unlike anyone else. Be yourself. Candy Fresh. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much for joining us on this back to school episode. Hashtag learning is lit. Hashtag Candy Fresh is so dope. Hashtag I have no other hashtags. But thank y'all for joining us on our back to school episode. I wanted to show some final love to teens networking with teens. Y'all give it up for them and all the beautiful things they're doing in the community. Keep it going for youth packs. They are helping the young people, the homeless people. Make sure y'all get a hold of the information in this video, man. Reach out if you feel like you want to do stuff in the community. And last but not least, y'all show some love to JustWulf and his baby girl, because she trying to grab the mic as we speak. And y'all give it up for our in-house DJ Mickey Breeze. And one more time for the Candy Fresh audience, give it up for yourselves. Give it up for yourselves. Make sure you follow Crown Lens Media Group all over social media at Crown Lens Media Group. And then you can check out our future projects at crownlensmediagroup.com. With love and with affection and with respect, y'all stay tuned. This really is the sweetest show in the Twin Cities. This has been Candy Fresh.
Candy Fresh.
It's that Candy Fresh, got the new now next. If you a dope artist in the city,